We are really excited about our first class. I'm grateful for all the hard work that our assistant coaches did to make this possible, but we feel like we got faster, more physical today for sure. If you look at our class, we signed 25 players, 17 from the state of Georgia, 6 offensive linemen. You know, obviously that position was a focus for us heading into recruiting. I'll kind of go through each guy individually and then open it up for any questions that you might have. But first young man, Ismail Abdul, helped Grayson win a state championship this year, actually led their team in tackles, but also blocked 4 punts. He's a guy with tremendous speed. Feel like got a lot of versatility with him, and really excited about adding him to our football team. Jonte Baker, also state champ, helped Valdosta from his tight end position. Really feel like he's a versatile tight end. He did all the things he did in high school are things that we'll ask him to do, so we feel like he's going to make a real smooth transition to our system. Jamichael Baldwin is a local guy, raised in Savannah. So he feels like he's moving home of sorts. We feel like he's a dynamic receiver, but will also really help us on special teams. I believe he led the state in punt and kick returns this year, and is a dynamic guy, game breaker type guy on special teams. Deontay Clark Jr., also fantastic, really versatile player, has the speed to cover guys from the safety position, but also is physical enough to be a force in the run game. You know, he finished with 4 interceptions, but also 80 tackles for Newton High School. C.J. Cole, running back, was the Offensive Player of the Year for his region, had over 1,000 yards rushing. You know, he's a downhill runner, you know, a guy that we feel like can get those tough yards in between the tackles. Makai Cooper, another local guy, another Savannah guy. You know, watching him play, you know, we just felt like he had great instincts. He was part of 3 state championship teams, so he knows what it takes to win. And again, another guy with great versatility, can play safety, play outside linebacker. So I think he can really help us as well. Devon Gibbons at quarterback. He's a lefty. Really feel like he's an athletic, strong-arm passer, and feel like he can hurt teams with both his arm and his feet. Devon Holmes was the Defensive Player of the Year in his region. You know, really physical guy, inside on the D-line. You know, man, when you watch him on film, you could tell he's really well coached, just had uses his hands really well. And so we're excited about adding him to our program. Woody Jones, offensive lineman, real tough, physical kid. Actually played both ways this year on both sides of the ball. Did a great job for them as an offensive lineman, but also on the defensive line. Tyquez Johnson, really athletic linebacker. Also played safety as a sophomore and junior. Was first team All-Region. I think to give you a little example of just how athletic he is, he scored 36 points in his basketball game last night. So we feel like we got a really athletic guy there to help our defense. Harvey King is a really athletic, long offensive tackle, kind of your prototypical offensive tackle, really long-armed guy. But he also provides us a lot of versatility. He also played offensive center, you know, so we feel like there's 2 positions up front that he could help us at. Dylan McLeod, another offensive lineman. He's a team captain. You know, obviously has great leadership ability, and he was really physical, excellent run blocking fundamentals. Jalen McLeod, another running back, had over 1,500 yards rushing this past year. I believe 19 touchdowns. Helped his team to a state runner-up finish, and for the great season that he had, was elected All-State. Chu Agbanya, another guy, 6'2", corner, really long. You know, we feel like he'll be a problem for receivers, really disruptive in the passing game. He also played safety, you know, so he gives us a lot of flexibility. Zay Pennington, Another guy who has incredible feet for a big guy and tremendous versatility on the offensive line. He can play all three positions, center, guard, and tackle. Aaron Robinson from Stockbridge High School, great speed, edge rusher, had 12.5 sacks this year as a senior in high school. And, man, we're really looking forward to having that kind of pass rush on our defense. DeAndre Sneed, we feel like is, a really explosive receiver, big play threat. He has size at 6'2", but also tremendous speed. I believe last spring he finished 4th in the state in the 300-meter hurdles. So we feel like he's a guy that, is capable of making a big play anytime he touches the ball. At corner, Antonio Spooney Jr., played a lot of man-to-man in high school, so and that's what stood out to us the most. Just feel like he has excellent man-to-man skills and gives us a lot of flexibility with the type of coverages we'll be able to play with him in there. Ronnie Stevens, another receiver with tremendous speed. He's dynamic with the ball in his hands. Also, I think can help us on special teams. Really good return guy of both punts and kickoffs. Stavion Stevenson, a tight end. Again, we feel like not only do we have a physical blocker at tight end, but he is really athletic, and we feel like he'll be a tremendous threat in the passing game. Difficult matchup for safeties and linebackers. Josh Thomas at linebacker. Unfortunately for Josh, suffered a season-ending injury last summer, so he missed his entire senior season. He had several FBS offers. The injury obviously caused those schools to back off of him. But, man, we feel like we got a big physical linebacker, with a huge ceiling, and we feel fortunate to have a player of his caliber joining our defense. Micah Thomas, another defensive lineman. He's got the rare combination of great size and speed, so we feel like he could play anywhere along the defensive front, inside or on the edge, and earned first-team All-Region for his great play this year as a senior. Milton Woodward IV, another guy with multiple FBS offers. We feel like we got another defensive back with size. We were really impressed with how aggressive he played. Challenged every throw, short, the quick screens, the short passing game. He challenged everything. Was also a team captain in helping to lead his team to a great season. And then the last two guys are two offensive linemen that are enrolled in school right now. Michael Johnson at 6'7", 325, obviously tremendous size, but is incredibly athletic. When you see him move around, you'll be impressed to see a guy of his size so light on his feet. And we feel like he's going to instantly make us more physical up front. Same is true with Jacob Martin. He played both sides of the ball, offensive line and defensive line at Fork Union Military. Really physical guy, long arms, and having those two guys going through the strength conditioning program with our players right now, and then spring ball here in another month, we feel like we'll give those guys a head start leading into the fall, and we feel like those are two more guys that can really help us up front. So, again, like I said, we're really excited. We're real happy to be able to bring in 17 players who played their high school football in the state of Georgia, and we really feel like our team got a lot better today.